All right, people, in this video, we're going to be talking about measures of central tendency, which, if you remember from whenever it is that you learned this, probably in middle school sometime, mean, median, mode. And then we're going to include the topic of range. So what are the definitions for each? So let's start with the mean. So mean is the average of the numbers. It is found by adding all of the numbers and then dividing by the number of terms. So you don't just add them up, you add them up and then divide by however many numbers there are. So if you have a certain number of terms, you divide by that number. Median is the one in the middle. So if you're having trouble remembering, median is the one in the middle of the numbers. It is found by placing the numbers in order. This is key. You got to put them in order to be able to find the middle. And you got to find the number that is in the middle by crossing out the extreme edges. If there are two numbers in the middle, though, then you have to find the middle of the middle, meaning like the middle of those two numbers. And then one way of doing that is basically to just take the average of those two numbers, which means add them up and divide by 2. We'll do some examples. Finally, we have the mode. The mode is the number that repeats the most. So if you think of mode most, there could be more than one number that appear the most, so there could be more than one mode. Or there could be no numbers that appear more than one, so there could be no mode. So this is it could be bimodal, meaning more than one mode, or multimodal, or it could be no mode at all. So don't freak out if there is no mode, because that's also a possibility. Finally, we have the range. The range is basically the distance between the highest and the lowest number. So it is found by taking the biggest number and subtracting the smallest number. So we have to figure out, okay, how wide is this gap? Like what is the distance from the biggest number to the lowest number? That would be your range. And you do that by subtracting biggest minus smallest. All right, so let's cut to 2 examples here. So I wrote down 2 examples, example 1 and example 2. And for this, we got to find the mean, median, mode, and range for each of these examples. So we're going to concentrate on example number 1 for now. And I'm also going to be doing this with the aid of a calculator. So don't freak out if you have to use a calculator for this, because more than likely you're going to need to. So first thing we need to do is figure out, okay, what is the mean? So how do you find the mean? If you remember, the mean is the average, which is you got to add them all up and divide by however many terms you have. In this case, we're going to find this by adding all the numbers up: 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus 5 plus 8 plus 10 plus 4 plus 6 plus 9. So it's quite a bit of numbers. And then you take all those numbers and you divide by however many numbers you have. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. So you add them all up and divide by 9. So let's do the calculation. So 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus 5 plus 8 plus 10 plus 4 plus 6 and then plus 9. And that gives me 63. Now I'm going to take that number and divide it by 9. And then my answer is 7. So the mean, or the average of all these numbers, is 7 for my first one. Median. To find the median, we have to figure out, okay, what is the middle? So which one out of all these numbers is the one in the middle? So we have to figure out, okay, put them in order from least to greatest. The first one being 3. I think that's the lowest number, so that one's good. The second number after that would be 4. The one after that would be 5, right? There are 2 6s, so 6 and then 6. The one after that would be 8, and then 9, and then 10, and then 12. So we have the same number that we started off with, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. Now they're in order from least to greatest. So let's start crossing them out. We got to find the middle. So this crosses out, that crosses out, that goes away, 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 that goes away. The middle number is 6. So then the median is equal to 6. So we found the middle, or the median. The mode. The mode is the one that you see the most. So which number repeats the most? If you look at all the numbers, 6 is the one that repeats the most. So the mode is actually 6. Range is the biggest minus the smallest. So which one of these numbers is the biggest? If you look at it, that is 12. The smallest number out of all those is 3. So 12 minus 3 would be equal to 9, which is the range. So mean, add them up and divide by the number of terms. Median is the one in the middle. Mode is the one that you see the most. And range is the biggest minus the smallest. Okay, so that was example 1. Let's do another example. So example 2 now. Same idea. So we have to find the mean, median, mode, and range for these numbers here. So let's start with the mean. So the mean is the average. We got to add them all up and divide by however many numbers we have. So we have 24 plus 0 plus 12 plus 6 plus 4 plus 0 plus 13 and then plus 4 again. So that is our summation. So basically we're adding them all up. So if we add them all up, we're going to be getting some number and divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 numbers or 8 terms. So let me get the 8 of my calculator again real quick. So we have 24 plus 0, that doesn't matter, plus 12 plus 6 and then plus 4 plus 0 again. So I'm going to skip that. Plus 13 and then plus 4. I get a total of 63, and then I have to divide it by 8 numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So divide that by 8. I get 7.87. So I'm going to round that to 7.88. Actually, 87, I'm going to round that to 7.9. So I'm going to round it to one more term or one decimal more than what we start off with. So I'm going to leave it at 7.9, right about. Median, so median is the one in the middle. Again, we got to put them in order. So the lowest number would be 0, and then it appears again, so we got to write it again, 0, 0. Then the one after that would be 4. So 4 appears, and then 4 appears again. And then after that would be the 12, and then the 13, and then the 24. So we have to find the middle. What is the median of this set? So that crosses out, 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 that crosses out. The middle would actually be the 4, because that actually lands exactly in the middle between those numbers. So the middle or the median is 4. The mode is the one that you see the most. Again, in this case, there's a two-way tie, right? So there's 0 that appears twice, but there's also 4 that appears twice. So it's fine. There could be more than one mode. So there are 2 numbers, 0 and 4, that are the mode. There could be more than one mode. Range. The range is the biggest minus the smallest. So the biggest number that you can see is 24. The smallest number that you can see is 0. 24 minus 0 would be equal to 24. Okay? All right. So in case I didn't get the point across, I have some special case examples, and then I'm going to show you how to calculate your GPA, or at least how the system in Aries calculates GPA by finding the mean. So let's do example 3, and then we'll do one more for comfort, and then we're done with this lesson. So example 3, what is the mean, median, mode, range of this data set? So we got to add them all up and divide by however many numbers we have for the mean, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's add them all up. So it's clear. 100 plus 16 minus 6 plus 46 plus 68 plus 10 plus 14. So I actually get 248. So when I add this, 100 plus 16 minus 6 plus 46 plus 68 plus 10 plus 14, and then when I divide that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I get 248. Divide that by 7. It's 35.42. So I'm going to leave it as 35.4. So 35.4 is my mean. Median is the one in the middle. So we got to put them in order, right? So let's put them in order. Lowest number would be the negative number, so negative 6. The one after that would be the lowest number, which is 10. And then we have, looks like 14. And then after that is 16. And then we have, what else? 46. Then 68. And then 100. So just to double check, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're good. So we cross them out, cross 2 out, cross 2 out, and then we're left with the middle, which happens to be 16. Okay, so then the middle is 16. The mode, which one do you see the most? And the answer for that is none of them, right? So none of them repeat more than once, so it's okay to say that there is no mode. So the answer for that would be no mode. The range is the biggest minus the smallest, so we have 100 minus -6. Be careful with this, two negatives make a positive. So this is 100 plus 6, which is going to give you a range of 106, which is perfectly okay. Okay, so that's it for example 3. Now, example 4, the last one that I have for you guys, is basically a GPA example. So Jimmy wants to know what is his GPA. His grades are as follows. He got an A in art, he got a C in honors bio, he got an F in PE, he got a B in honors math, he has a C for English, he has an A in world history, and he has a B in engineering. So basically, if you remember for the grading scale, Fs are given 0 points, Ds are given 1 point, Cs are given 2 points, Bs are given 3, As are given 4. Now, if you're in an honors class, As are given 5, Bs are given 4, Cs are given 3 points, and then Ds are given 2 points. So it's kind of like bumps up a grade if you're in an honors or AP class. So let's figure out how many points Jimmy's going to get for his classes. So in art, it's a regular class, not honors. He gets an A grade, so that's actually a number 4. Honors bio, he gets a C grade for that. So that is going to be normally a 2, but it's honors, so that's actually going to give him 3 points towards his GPA because he earned that C. PE, he got an F, so that's no points. He failed it, probably didn't dress. Honors math, he got an A, so that'll actually normally be a 3, but since it's honors, that's going to give him 4 points because of the honors label. English, he got a C, that's regular English, so that's only going to get him 2 points. World history, he got an A, that is a regular class, so he's going to get 4 points for that. And then engineering, he got a B, so that will give him, it's a regular class, not honors or AP, so that will give him a total of 3 points. So now he has 7 classes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's find the GPA. GPA, A stands for grade point average. So basically we got to find the average, right? What is the average of those numbers? So let's figure it out. So Jimmy's GPA will be 4 plus 3 plus 0 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3. And then we're going to divide that by the number of classes that he has, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So divide that by 7. So his GPA would be 4 plus 3, which is 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, divided by 7. So that'll be 20 over 7. So whatever that is, 20 divided by 7, when I plug it into the calculator, I get 2.85. So his GPA is if I rounded, 2.86.